Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a full face of makeup from LA Colors. I was at the Dollar Tree the other day picking up some stuff for the house, and I saw they had this really cool display of brand new makeup from LA Colors. They had highlighter, mascara primer, there was liquid matte lipsticks. They also had lip balms and lip glosses and eyeshadows and highlighters and just a whole lot of different products. I grabbed a bunch of stuff and thought it would be fun to play with them in a video. I've already primed my face, done my foundation, done my concealer. For primer, I'm using the CoverGirl Full Spectrum Matte Mattifying Primer. For foundation, I'm using the LA Colors Liquid Foundation. I have tan and beige. Tan's a little dark, beige is a little light, so I have to mix them together to get a good color match for myself. And I'm using the Conceal It, Cover and Correct Concealer from LA Colors. This shade is in medium. It's a decent concealer. It doesn't cover the dark circles completely like I want, but for a $1 concealer, it works pretty good. The products I just mentioned, I've already used, so they're not brand new or anything. But I do have a new powder. This is the loose powder from LA Colors, and I did my Dollar Tree video a couple of weeks ago. The only thing that I could find at the time was the LA Colors pressed powder. It's from the same brand, so it's from the same line. So it was a new powder too, but I didn't really like the pressed one. I'm more of a loose powder girl, so I'm interested in seeing how this one is going to work on the skin. I'm going to take some of the powder and just kind of tap it into the lid. I find that doing this makes it easier to get the product onto the sponge so that I can go ahead and set my makeup. So I'm going to take my sponge and dip it into the powder. The shade that I got is light medium. When I got that pressed powder, I got that one in medium, and one thing that I noticed is that it was a little dark. It almost oxidized and set my foundation just a little bit darker than I wanted to, so I decided to get the powder in light medium, hoping that this one is a better shade match. So far it's a little bit better. It's definitely blending into the skin a lot better than the pressed powder did. That's definitely a difference. Foundation is all set. You guys know I don't set my under eyes because I get really bad creasing if I do that. I'm going to go ahead and move into blush and highlighter next and then do shadow afterwards. They had several trios of the blush and the highlighter. The blush I ended up getting is Rose Flush. This is kind of a rosy corally trio. And then I got the Dewdrop highlighter. So there's kind of a golden one, more bronzy, a little bit lighter. They had a highlighter trio that had a pink and a purple that was really, really pretty. But I already have pink and purple highlighters with my Ursula themed highlighter, the one from ColourPop, and I also have those new ones from Milani. I can't remember what they're called, but there's a pink and a purple one and that one, so I didn't really need another pink and purple highlighter, but they were really, really pretty. So if you do get to the Dollar Tree and you see them and you don't have a pink and purple highlighter and you would like to try one out, those are definitely good ones to try for, you know, only $1. I love the fact that it comes in this little bitty tin. That is so super cute. And then you look in the inside, and they have like the little flowers. This brand is called, or this line is called Beauty in Bloom. So it makes sense that it would have those little flowers in it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swatch each little section individually, and then I'm going to swirl them together and see kind of what it looks like separately. This is the blush. So I'm just going to swatch all three of them on the back of my hand. And then I'm going to take another finger and I'm just going to kind of swirl them all together so we can kind of see what they look like that way, because that's probably how I'm going to actually put them on. It's going to be difficult to take a brush and just dab into just one little section. So now I'm going to take my finger and run them over the top and mix them together. Oh, that is really pretty. Okay, you see that? So these are the three shades separate. You have kind of a light, kind of a peachy pink. Then you have a corally golden peach, and then you have a pink shade, and then this is what it looks like when you mix all four of the shades together. That is very, very pretty. I'm going to take a big fluffy blush brush and just kind of swirl everything together, and then tap it onto the cheekbones. It has a little bit of an iridescence, so it's definitely not a matte blush. It's definitely got a little shimmer to it, but it's really pretty. I like the way the shades look, just all blended together. That is such a really pretty, natural, healthy glow. I am digging that. And it's blending so well. I like that. Just a very nice, glowy, healthy flush of color. It's very, very pretty. Now we're going to do a little highlight. I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the blushes, where I'm going to swatch all 3 segments separately and then blend them all together to see what they look like. With the highlighter, it'll be a little bit easier to get a brush into each individual section, whereas with the blush, because you know blush brushes and face brushes are usually pretty big, it's kind of harder to do that. So once again, it's in a really pretty little tin. I'm going to take all 3 of these shades and blend them separately, or rather swatch them separately, onto the back of my hand. And then I'm going to take them all and swirl them together and see what we get. All right, so we have these 2 are more golden. This one's a little bit lighter than this, and this one looks like maybe a champagne-y glow. And then when you blend all 3 together, you get this really pretty rose glow. That is really, really pretty. I think I'm going to tap into this middle shade, kind of right there, and use that as my highlighter. Kind of tap some off into the back of my hand. You never know when you are using a new highlighter, you know how much glow there's actually going to be. We don't want too much, but we do like a nice, healthy, luminescent glow to the skin. This is pretty. You can see a little bit of my texture on the tops of my cheeks, but it looks very pretty on the skin. I have no complaints. So far, everything that I've used, I'm happy with. Take a little bit on my nose, Cupid's bow. These are such awesome, cute little tins. I mean, I can actually take these and just like throw these into my makeup bag and take them with me to work to touch up my makeup. Now we're going to move on to eyeshadow. I picked up 2 color stories, as it were. This one is kind of a pinky purple one, and this one is called Blossom, and then this one has kind of a gold and a blue in it, and this one is called Seaside Escape. I think I'm going to go with Blossom, and I might bring in a little bit of the blue from the Seaside one, but we'll just kind of have to see how it goes. These are also part of that Blossom line, so they come with little tins too. I'm going to start with this lightest shade. Kind of lay that down as my base and my transition. These are definitely iridescent. That's one thing that I noticed, is that all the shadows and the blushes and the highlighters in this Blossom line are iridescent. So they're all like shimmery. So none of them are actually matte. Oh my God. This is going on like butter. It feels like silk. Ooh, that is so pretty. I love that. It's kind of a nice icy iridescence. Now, usually I do a matte shadow and then I'll use a shimmer or metallic just kind of a highlight to the eyeshadow look, but not necessarily all over. But these are blending really, really nicely. They're very pretty. I'm going to take a smaller brush and go into the purple here. Kind of lay that around the outer corner, taking that into the crease. So I'm going to lay that here and just kind of lightly blend that into the crease. LA Colors eyeshadows are so pretty. The formula is so nice. And the fact that you can get these for $1, y'all, that is absolutely bomb. Look at how that's blending so pretty. And it's just a nice, lovely, iridescent shimmer. It's not like too pow and in your face. It's a perfect, pretty look for spring. This had been a pretty little, Easter look if we actually went somewhere. So what'd you guys do for Easter? I know, we couldn't actually leave the house and go do anything that we would normally do. Like normally the kids would go see the Easter Bunny. Our neighborhood in town has a lot of little local Easter egg hunts that we would normally do, but the quarantine and stuff, we weren't able to. But they did do some Easter art projects. They colored Easter eggs. They helped me put little treats in plastic eggs, and me and their dad hid them around the house and on the patio, so they were still able to have their own little Easter egg hunt. So even though we didn't do all the things that we would normally do, they still had a pretty, normal, Easter, like what they would. It wasn't really too different, which is good. I'm gonna take a flat eyeshadow brush and take that into this bronzy kind of burgundy shade here, and I'm gonna lay that in the center of the eyelid. Oh, just beautiful, beautiful little coral burgundy pop of color there. But yeah, I have to be honest. I have last couple of days. Well, yesterday was Monday. Today is Tuesday that I'm filming this. Past weekend was Easter weekend, and I had a couple of really bad days in there. It's been really difficult on some days and some moments to keep a really good positive headspace instead of getting into a negative one. And it was, I had a rough couple of days. I have to say, my kids are handling things a lot better than I am. It's just been very, very stressful, just for a lot of reasons. I'm gonna go ahead and take the little blue shade here, and I'm gonna pop a little bit of that on my lower lash line, and then take the gold and use that as my inner corner highlight. So yeah, I'm 44 years old, and I made a lot of bad financial choices when I was younger, and I was just finally getting my financial situation to where I want to be. You know, my husband and I were on the track to move the family, like maybe around August or sometime in the fall. And then all of this happened, and I just feel like I have no control anymore. I feel like everything is just out of my hands. Like everything came to a crashing halt, and my life is just on hold. And you can't make plans because we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow morning, let alone what's going to happen next week. Everything is just so up in the air, and you just don't know. I'm gonna take the gold and throw that in the inner corner real quick, using this little thin liner brush for that. But yesterday was a much better day, so, and I'm in a much better headspace now. If I didn't have my kids, I didn't have David, if I didn't have my YouTube channel to kind of, you know, take my mind off of stuff, there's literally no telling where I would be headspace wise. But I'm lucky that I do have a lot of people in my life, friends, family, you know, just to kind of help me get through everything. I want just a little bit more colorful than I was originally going for, but I like it. It's a very pretty, just nice, simple spring look. Like I said, it would have been pretty for Easter. You know, we actually had some place where we're going to be going. I'm going to line my eyes with the LA Colors eye marker. This one is in black. I am really enjoying this liner. They actually had this as part of the display, but I'd already bought a couple of these before, so I didn't have to buy them when I went to Walmart this last time. I'm not going to do a wing this time. All I'm going to do is just line the actual base, and then I'm going to curl and do the primer and mascara. I'm not going to do lashes either. I'm wanting to see how that mascara primer works. They had a whole bunch of new mascaras too, but I didn't get any because one thing I have is plenty of mascara. Mascara, eyeliner, I really don't need anymore. I don't need concealer either. Oh my god. The products that I can say that I have a huge abundance of and just do not need more of: eyeliner, mascara, concealer. I don't need any more of those. I'm trying to do a, what do you call it, like an empties. There's a word I'm looking for, and I'm drawing a blank right now. But just want to kind of use up all the products that I already have now before I try and go buy a whole bunch of stuff that I don't need. Mainly, you know, your base products, your liner, mascara, concealer, stuff like that. So I'm going to do the same thing on this other eye. I'm just lining it at the base. I'm not going to bother trying. I don't want to do a wing today. I kind of want this just to be just a kind of simple spring look. Nothing too crazy. Now for lashes. As I was saying when I was doing my liner, I picked up this mascara primer. I've used primers in the past, and some of the ones I've used I liked, some of the ones I haven't. And like I said, they had a whole bunch of new mascaras, but mascara was not something that I really needed. And I will be honest, I've not been a fan of the LA Colors mascara formula. It's probably the only product they make that I'm just really, you know, on that I'm not a real huge fan of. So I'm gonna curl my lashes, and then I'm going to do the primer, and then the mascara that I'm going to use is this is from Gigot. This is the Cat's Eye Super Lash Mascara. This actually came in one of my No Make, No Life K-Beauty, J-Beauty boxes, and I'm really, really enjoying this mascara. Give my lashes a nice curl here. What I'm going to do is one eyelash at a time, so that way I can give it, each lash, the primer on each lash, a chance to fully dry before I put it on mascara. Because that's also important when you're doing a primer. You want to make sure that it's fully set and dry so that everything doesn't mix up and it's not too wet. So this is kind of got a little white tint to it. So I'm going to put it all over my lash. We'll see if it makes a difference. I have pretty sparse lashes, they're not very thick. All right, moment of truth. Let's see if this mascara primer makes any kind of a difference. I really like this mascara on its own, so it'll be awesome if this primer helps the mascara pop even more. What are we thinking so far? Do we see a difference? I'm noticing a little bit of a difference, but not so much that this primer is a must. It's giving a little bit more thickness, but it's not really doing much more for my lashes than the mascara did by itself. So let's move on to lips. I realized that I didn't mention the brow pencil I'm using. I'm just using my tried and true In Studio pencil. That's what I have on my brows right now. They had a lot of really nice lip formulas in the display. These are the Velvet Lip Mousse matte lipsticks. I got these to try out. But they also had lip balms, and they also had lip glosses too. So if you want to try any of those, you can give this a try. I got one of the lip glosses for my daughter, and she really, really liked that. And she has super dry lips, so she said it worked really, really well for her, and it felt really nice in her lips. So if you have dry lips and you see the lip gloss, go ahead and grab some. Give it a try. $1. I couldn't decide which shade to get, so I went ahead and I grabbed all four because, like I said, they were $1 each. So even if I don't end up liking any of them or hating the formula, it really wasn't, a whole lot of money out of the pocket. And right now, with the kind of quarantine budget, you have to kind of watch your pocket a little bit more than you normally did before. Let's see what I want to do with this look. I don't want to go too bold, so I don't think I'm going to do Whipped or Rhapsody. They're a little bit too dark for this look. So we're either going to go with Souffle, which is kind of a corally lip shade, or Silky, which is kind of a nice lavender pink. My eyes are more pink. I think I'm going to go ahead and go with this one, just because of the fact that I have more kind of a cool tone going on my eyes than I do a neutral tone. They didn't have any new lip pencils, so I'm just going to go ahead and use my NK lip pencil. This one is in red. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly line my lips with this and then do the lip mousse. I'm hoping that I really love it, but like I said, if I don't, I only paid $1 for it, so it's not too much of a loss. Okay, that's what the tube looks out of the packaging. Let's see what the doe foot looks like. I never know if it's doe foot or doe foot, but it's one of those two. But that's what it looks like. It's a pretty little tip. It looks like it has kind of an iridescence to it in the color, but let's see what it looks like on the lips. Smells really good. Kind of like chocolatey vanilla or something like that. Very nice. All right. Here we go. I'm nervous. I'm always nervous when I'm trying a new lip formula because you just never know. So let's see. Oh, I like the way it feels. Oh, that's nice. Nicely pigmented and opaque. See that? It's going on very, very smooth. Oh, ooh. I'm sorry, sometimes you gotta be silly, especially with everything kind of going on right now. You gotta find ways to smile because it can be real easy, to get into your headspace and just want to just sit in the corner and do nothing but eat Oreos all day long. I like that formula. That is really nice. It reminds me a lot of the NYX matte cream lipsticks. Such a nice formula. I don't know if this is going to dry down or not. But that is really nice. It's creamy. It's opaque. It feels good in the lips. I'm going to go ahead and set my face. Give it a couple minutes to see if this dries down. And then we'll come back and we'll do the little kiss test. I've set my face with my Urban Decay spray. So let's go ahead and give this matte lipstick a kiss test. It's still kind of sticky, so I don't think it really dried down, but let's see. Yeah, it didn't really dry down. It feels really, really good though. So what I would suggest with this one is to put it on, blot, maybe put another coat on and then blot it again just to kind of get out the excess, and that should help it last. I'm interested in seeing how well it does last throughout the day after I'm drinking coffee and eating and stuff, so I'll let you know in the description box after I've given this an all-day wear how the lipstick held up, but you know, there you go. So that was my full face of products from LA Colors. So what do you guys think? What was your favorite product? I really liked the lipstick and the shadows. Every product I really enjoyed. The only thing that I didn't really like was the mascara primer. It was okay, but it's nothing, you know, too revolutionary, and it didn't really make too much of a difference that it's a must-have. But, you know, if you guys see it in Dollar Tree, go ahead and grab it. You know, you guys might like it a little bit more than I did. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you joined our little family and tap the subscribe button, and make sure you tap the notification bell so you'll be notified of future videos. Take care of yourself, guys. You know, do things that kind of help lift your spirit and just kind of make you feel good to help you get through the situation. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.